Let's get it going. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. The Adventure of the Runaway Room.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
Platform 7.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Oh, damn. (18th of February, 9:21 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. What an incredible place. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course, but they've only been built in a few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this is quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. Hey there, GFX! How's GFX doing? It's certainly unfamiliar, but I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. What is this place again? This is Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time. If circumstances were different, we were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Cosmo can't. No. So instead we are here in a different capacity. As envoys, to report the news of Cosmo-sama's death. Yes. Having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So we'd have to return to Japan. We want to remain here in Great Britain. I have to take Cosmo's place as a law student selected for the study tour. Good me? I'm doing fantastic. It's a pretty dang good day today. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer, which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. Ah, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Oh? I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Mael Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. And I feel like I'm a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't be a mouse. It's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Arinasuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Ah yes, thank you. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Help! I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh? We had a wonderful view of some of the London streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. I mean, it is jolly old England. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming Great Exhibition we'll be hosting here in London. Great Exhibition. Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world, even if you do say so yourself. Yeah. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times, we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. A Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report of the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. It's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news. Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are people of protocol and courtesy. I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of your young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madame? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo, this is it then, the moment of truth. The thing is, Lord Justice, or Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you could consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead, but without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country, and that was Mr. Osogi. At least that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going to well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say this to this man. Mr. Naruhodo! I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? There's something else here. It's... I'm just gonna say for shits and giggles. It's me! It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but no qualifications you say, and yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I have acted as a lawyer in court before, only once as it happens. I had Cosma to help me, and I was the accused, but glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about the British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Burya. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, but you also must complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short of a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Cosma, Mr. Osogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on the study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? He's like, yo, I'm gonna enjoy watching this spectacle with popcorn, by the way. Someone get me a bowl of popcorn. I'm gonna watch this man flame out in real life. But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Osogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Okay, what's this test? So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. What do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial ready to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, So this will be your, will be welcome news. Today? Oh God. Oh Lord, he's making us go to court today. Straight away? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? How do I get myself into these situations? Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart? Yes, good question. Ah, I remember. It's a murder trial. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. Oh God! But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. We would be toying with a man's life. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? What a psycho! This guy is sadistic. What the hell's the matter with you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. He's like, either way, I'm gonna enjoy myself. Either a man hangs or I watch a lawyer flail. One of the two. What a freak this guy is. So the defendant may live or die, depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Osogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Of course we'll do it! Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is I can't do it. I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Your decision making needs to work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but what could I do? It's alright. I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, but resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madame? I think what Miss Susato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable. I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh? Was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should be there still in time. But I just said that. I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass out. What the hell? But that's awful. But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope. So, what do you say now, madame? Oh God, me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it's purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. Must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Oh God! So venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. He's gone. The Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. Miss Susato, can I just ask you something? Careful, from this position, I can perform a Susato takedown in an instant. I know. Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Lord Strongheart. The trial starts imminently. If I need to throw you, I will. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, it had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. I just have an armband. Alright, let's go to the Old Bailey. Susato, I'm a chuckster. 18th of February, 9:45 a.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Sherlock Holmes stories, and worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yeah, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. Hello? Where are you? So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. Feels like only yesterday I was the one about to be crushed. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Top of the morning to you, madame, sir. He has a very large hat. What are you doing here, Napoleon? When did you come to Great Britain? What the hell is happening? What are you doing following me here? Things are very desperate, are they? Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are you? We're from Japan, yes. Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do you need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, none to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all while in a strange, faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand, sir. What the hell? Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. Huh? 1,000 guineas? Please, Miss Susato, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to buy an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What? 'Tis none to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ah! He hit me in the eye! My eye! I'm to put him on trial for this, goddammit! Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. No? To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh well, the thing is, don't worry about the thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is going to start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. Lord Chief Justice wasn't making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Blustering blazes! Do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names. No, sorry, we only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park, there is a center of London and another beautiful park. Sorry, a park? What? 'Tis called McGuilded Park, full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated to the city, so I did. Oh God. An entire park? In central London? A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's none Magnus McGuilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. But now they've got the gall to say I'm a good-for-none criminal. Me, Magnus McGuilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo? Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. McGuilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I after saying, you're daft? What was I after saying, you daft Egypt? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. This chancer of a fella claims to have more money than the queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well? Well, not at all. Not at all. Although, it is a little strange to be honest. why you don't even have a lawyer. I mean, that would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry, did he just say the Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Beric von Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. Oh, Scoticus with a 20-stream streak. Hell yeah, let's go. 20 streams. Appreciate the support there, Scoticus. And yeah, 20 stream streak. Hell yeah. Appreciate that there, Scoticus. And how's Scoticus doing? Oh yeah, indeed. Oh yeah. All the love. Etc. I appreciate it there, Scoticus. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Van Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused the sacrificial lambs. Excuse me? Sacrificial lambs? You're not going to be cut up into, like, lamb chops or anything, friend. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against a fellow at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Beric von Zeeks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madame. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. His counsel, that would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here, I'd made up me mind, so I had. Sorry? I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance, a student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. And hey there, Brittle, how's Brittle doing as well? So don't get cold feet now, please. I'm not going to get cold feet. I literally know nothing about the case or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Mr. Naruhodo, the man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Cosmo would never allow to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. Here we go. I'll be right there. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Cosmo. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. Doing okay, kind of feeling like I should continue my Ace Attorney Apollo Justice trilogy playthrough. When I played the first game in that collection. Oh, damn. Hell yeah. That would be fun. That would be a fun time. There, Brittle. I'm gonna play a few other games in between Great Ace Attorney games. But this series is going to get played through in pretty much its entirety in the next like year. 18th of February, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. I was thinking of doing this. That was on do like the Ace Attorney games. Then I was on do the Apollo Justice games, and that was on do the investigation games. Yes, continue the collection, indeed. I also only played the first Ace Attorney game, first Great Ace Attorney, now that I think about it. Ooh, damn. 18th of February, 10 a.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. So this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. Centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different from the Supreme Court in Japan. Feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Oh yeah. I played every one, even the lane one, multiple times. Damn. My sister loves all these games. So she is very happy that I'm playing through these games right now. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh yes, what? Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I mean, look at his eyes. They're like, oh God. He's moving his eyes back and forth. He's like, oh God, please help. Please help me. I know, but I just can't help it. Also, just a warning. There will not be a Saturday stream this week. I'm going to hang out with one of my best friends. So. Nice, the lane cross. I might stream on Sunday. I haven't decided. Nice, the lane crossover was not my thing at the time. I was not good at solving the lane puzzles. Oh, damn. See, I'm not a big puzzle guy, so the lane puzzles would probably make me sad. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGuilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Oh my God, it's almost like Van Karma. The prosecution is fully prepared. That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look like fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. I always took the hints starting midway through the game. Damn. I like puzzles, but I had to use guide more than a few times. Damn. Yep. Those eyes please me, Nipponese. Oh God, is that Miles Edgeworth's freaking long-term descendant? They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. Now enough talk. Have at you. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. A cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way up to the tips of my shoes. Now, Mr. McGuilded. Yes, my lord. You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? I always think Dracula, not Edgeworth, when seeing Van Zieks. True. I see a little bit of Edgeworth, I see Dracula too. As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fella is a student from some little island off in the Far East, it is not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. I like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Listen, Mr. McGuilded, what a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear that I donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please can we go out into the court and play? Sardines in a courtroom. Indeed, sardines! It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGuilded. That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. If I could talk, it'd be great. Eloquently put, Mr. McGuilded, and most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Okay, there is fat, rich, old guy with top hat, maid, a guy that looks like he might be Jack the Ripper. You got a very oval-faced man with a small hat, a fat man with a freaking top hat, and a little old grandma. Huh? Okay. Yes, my lord. If the task is to send rotters to the gallows, where they belong, I'm more than ready. At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. I like the guy with the knife. We would love to have a chat with the fellow in the back alley, right? Not anytime soon. Ha! Any criminals here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. I'm gonna cut out their intestines and play some fucking hopscotch with them. She was... I feel a chill. Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'm just getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. Mr. Naruhodo. Those people are the jury. Yes. That's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentences according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses. You know what? We don't know how this fucking shit works. We're just gonna come up with it as we go. Yes. Prosecutor Van Zieks. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstances of which the court should be aware? I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback? Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo. Phoenix Wright was also winging it the entire time with a spirit medium as his legal assistant. This duo, low-key, has better odds from the start. True. He does have an Edgeworth chin. As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. He does, doesn't he? Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. We must be the only ones in here who weren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks, known in the community as Thrice-Fired Mason. I mean, he made Lego buildings? Hell yeah, let's go. thrice? He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible. Oh, damn. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service of the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, Counsel. I shall accept that and photograph as evidence. Okay. And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are? Good Lord! Is that blood, Consul? Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Mr. McGuilded's gloves had blood on them? Oh, don't worry. He was just... Yes, I will accept this evidence as well. Defendant's leather gloves have been entered into the court record. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside this vehicle at the time. Only 2? Obviously, one of the passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGuilded. Well, rather damning circumstances, to say the least. Defendant, what say you? Well, of course. I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGuilded. To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening, but whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken out with a fierce tiredness. I always succumb to it. Are you claiming to have been asleep? 'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Little thin, so it is, and when I opened my eyes again, 'twas a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in me life. Now I ask yous, whose good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. Sleepwalking and stabbing, typical British. You know, it's never... You never know, right? So blood got onto his gloves then, after the man had been killed. I mean, what typical sleepwalker doesn't go around with a murderous gleam? Unfortunately, the statement of the drivers is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it. There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. That's how you make a killing in your sleep, right? Order! 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 Sir, that's not order. When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. Let's look at our court record first. This is definitely blood, isn't it? Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with on your first day in London. Well, nothing will come of grumbling now. No, by the way, is Mr. McGuilded right-handed? Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. Huh, pity. If only he had been left-handed. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating. Okay, nothing else? I know, right? I always have a hammer in my hand with sleepwalking. Yeah, you never know when a loose board is gonna come up in your house and you need to swing on it. You know, you gotta make sure you... That is quite the stabbing right there. That's... Alright, thrice fired mason, male, 54 brickmaker. Died to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. I think we will hear the testimony from these witnesses first of all. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. Okay. Calm down. Oh God, there's 3 of them. Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Briz fair play. I'm a banker in the city. My name's First, Lady First. I make hats for gents. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witnessed to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Quite right. Yes, sir. That's right, sir. Very well then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. What the witnesses saw. It was the last omnibus in the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. That's right! He stabbed him! I screamed, I did! Couldn't help it! As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. Okay. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel? Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case, how could those 2 witnesses possibly have seen what had happened? There's no way they could have been inside the moving carriage. How quaint. I read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you traveled in an omnibus? Well, no. Well, only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is. What do you mean? The actual scene? How? A carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much. Yes? The omnibus in which the bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff, bring forth the stricken omnibus! Oh God. So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. 4 passengers seated inside in the enclosed cabin and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. Ah, skylight. Oh. The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on the omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. Ugh, that makes perfect sense. Well, Consul, this is the first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Oh God. Very well. I see no reason why not. The omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence? Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Let's continue with proceedings, then your cross-examination, Consul. Pray don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. Alright, my first cross-examination in a British court. Okay, well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? The scene of a murder. It's horrible. That's blood that's soaked into the seat. The victims, obviously. As the net seat would be clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab someone in full view of other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark, and there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. Ah, that's supposed for a great expedition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, and the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Oh, the Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. Okay. This seat has a handle, it seems. What's this? This looks like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running. Feeding tubs, tools to repair wheels, blankets, horseshoeing tools. So it's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep things, it seems. There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to stow their luggage, that's for sure. I don't imagine it would be very convenient for that purpose anyway. Okay, I want to make sure there's... Okay, this? Okay. It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. There doesn't appear to be a handle or catch of any description. So I suppose it can't be open from inside the cabin at least. Okay. Have you seen enough? Let's step back outside then. Hold up. Phoenix Wright Omnibus? So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Wonder if you... So people sit all the way up here on bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them. They have to pay money to do so? Brr, I can't imagine how cold it must feel. It just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment? Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late. You certainly see the inside of the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses could have been able to see quite clearly. The Phoenix Wright Omnibus, by the way. Okay, I don't think... Focus, Ryunosuke. Focus. Hold it!
Hold it!
Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh, yes, sir! That's right. Yes, ever so cold it was, sir. Freezing, in fact. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Yes, sir. That's right, sir. But not all traveling in the same parts of the bus, of course, though. No. And there were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right, sir. No other passengers like that. No, none. So nobody fled the scene of the crime then. I have to say, the boss insists on running. He does, every evening. That last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say. What do you mean by that? Well, with it being so cold and everything, only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Yes, I spend that much at the pub on the way home just trying to warm up again. Oh God, he's drinking. This little man wouldn't hold liquor too easily. The victim next to the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus.
Hold it!
And you saw them through the skylight and the roof of the carriage. That's right, when you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. There was a lamp on inside, so I had a pretty good view. 2 of them were wearing hats. I couldn't exactly make out their faces. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGuilded. How can you be so sure? Well, how can I put it politely? McGuilded is a gentleman of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGuilded. There's no room for doubt here. Ugh, I really wish there was. Then, out of the blue, the accused...
Hold it!
You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify to that? Or are fair dinkum, hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days? Oh, no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I really got his back. I really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail, if it's... My lord! Juror number 3, what's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. They're always up to something or other and that they shouldn't be. Every one of them. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. That's precisely what I was about to say. As foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. Oh God. What is happening here? Let me see. Ah, yes. It seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With fire? Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago. So if those enormous scales fall completely to black side, does that mean... Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm even more worried than I was before. Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Huh. This is a nightmare. Okay, really quick, we're not saved. God damn, I haven't saved it in an hour. Holy shit. I couldn't help it. He stabbed him, you say, and you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the first gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I've been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. But then I just happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out from his belly. That huge, great knife. A grim sight indeed. Ah, that didn't help me at all. It appears to have been made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGill is telling the truth. Mr. First. Oh, yeah, yes, sir? Is this the knife you saw? Oh, good grief. Yes, that's it. The very one, sir. Is that? Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. Oh God, he is a vampire. Oh God. It is a blade of considerable size, counsel. It is. And furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar. Oh, please, no. M for Magnus, perhaps, or McGuilded, possibly? Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Objection!
But there are M's everywhere. Like, yes. Like in Mason.
Objection!
This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Ah! Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel. My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption. Uh-oh. Juror number 2, go on. Mr. McGuilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman, and a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However, those of us in service know what we must accept hard truths. Wait, what are you about to do? Dispose of the rubbish! No! I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime. Oh God! Dial M for monkey, M for murder, indeed. I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion. Oh God. Not again! That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left. We've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that'll give us a way to fight back. But... alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witness's statements again. Oh shit. So help me. 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend do the deed. I don't like to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. What am I supposed to think here? Is Mr. McGuilded really innocent, or could it be... Our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at the moment. And plus we need to look at our... Ornate letter M. Undeniably Mr. Magnus McGuilded's initial. It's beautifully gilded too. It must be very valuable, I think. Ah, what is it? Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W. This could change everything. A W? Yes. This is one of those, turnabout cases. I'm sure of it. Afraid I don't know at all, but what I'm sure of is that this is an M. Well, that idea was quickly quashed. That part of the sheath, isn't it? Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh sorry, yes. I just don't really like blades. Oh. Those ones seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung from his waist. That's not a blade, that's Cosmo's soul. Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. That looks like a lot of blood. Surely is blood. The victims. Oh, an Englishman's blood looks like a lot like Japanese man's blood. Did you think it wouldn't? Sorry, it's just that we've only just arrived here in Great Britain. Finding it a little hard to adjust. Yes, I do understand. Okay. Okay.
Hold it!
What exactly did you see? Oh, well, that would be the passenger, sir. Yes, collapsed on the floor he was. He wasn't collapsed on the floor. And by the passenger, you obviously are referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And the other passenger had that knife in his hand like this. By the other passenger, obviously you're referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGuilded. And then he plunged it down like this, stabbing the other passenger in the belly. What? My lord, I wish to speak. Yes, juror number 5, do I take it that you too? As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind. Gee up now, Silver Blaze. The finish is in sight. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild. I trust what that man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. This is too unkind, sir. Which now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. Madame Juror number 6. Yes, dear? What can I do for you? You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand. Oh yes, certainly I have. Still got my hearing, you know. Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGuilded Park, it's called. The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He's always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right, a man like that one stabbed someone surely. Mother, may we go to McGuilded Public Library sometime and borrow more books? How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do people not know what kind of man Magnus McGuilded really is? What kind of man is he? The philanthropist Magnus McGuilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one of the very darkest of souls. What? Stone the crows? McGuilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak. I've never heard any mention of that before. Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madame. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? What possible reason could this man have had to make use of public omnibus service? You're not saying that. The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGuilded. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed, the final repayment date was the final repayment date for his debts. Good gracious! The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, the pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him, his life. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGuilded. I don't believe it.
Hold it!
If I might add something briefly, Miss Susato, you claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGuilded, but where is the evidence to support your claim? Oh God. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in the court of law. There it is. Lord Van Zeke's hallowed chalice. How can this be considered acceptable? But I find myself in an unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself. As judicial assistant for defense, I am simply doing my job. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. Oh. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. Well, this is not going well. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to enigmatic East at the same time. A marvelous toast, Counsel. I will gladly accept the new evidence. Dyer's ledger has been entered into a court record. Ah yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum, and the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes. Regrettably, madame, that is the modus operandi of the accused. And it's such a pretty little part, too. What a scoundrel! Oh no. Oh god. Still? Maybe it's all for the best. Wait a minute. Let's think about this a little more before. I don't stand for nonsense! That was it. The last juror's decision. According to the Encyclopedia of British Law, while all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. The final verdict. It's over then. Oh? There's a footnote, though. A footnote. However, the defense, all 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. Miss Susato, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? We were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. What did it say next? Oh yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of jurors at this point. Summation? Examination?
Objection!
A summation examination from which century has that tome have there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck. Oh. What even is it, Miss Susato? The so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment. I'll read about it. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails? Typical Nipponese. Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that, if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions. Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure has become something of a formality with no practical benefit, really. So it rather fell out of use. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that, although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? A summation examination, our last possible option. Okay, we're of course going to ask for it. We're obviously asking for this. Assert our right. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Eh? Well, I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so all members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? Also, I want to look at that ledger. Oh dear, do you really think we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, does it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I'm sure you will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside. Well, let's see what we find. Okay. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Ah, goodness. What is it? Look at this. Do you see the name here? Bruce Fairplay. Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Bruce Fairplay. The witness testifying at this very moment. Oh yes, of course, the banker. Why is his name in here? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be useful information. Okay. On what grounds? You must all justify your decision and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before. I don't really hold with all this justifying lark. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. Seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then, summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe, it might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGuilded, guilty of the most serious of crimes. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this! Brazen, I must say! Oh, absolutely brazen! I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far, and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our model. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. It beggars belief. I think it's the guy that said he stabbed him like this. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments though, do they? Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. Just a minute, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then, they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. And what on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear, I'm just saying what I've read about the British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to be present in a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, we then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. I see. So it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way then, this is similar to regular cross-examination. Oh yes, I suppose you're right. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. Oh, that's not right. I have to pull this off. Oh God. This sounds pretty insane. I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Certainly, the testimonies we've heard suggest the victim and Mr. McGuilded were alone inside the carriage. Precisely. But, could there have been some other explanation? Something we haven't considered yet? Such as? We could, all work out together now. Now listen here, maybe you don't know how things work around here, but because you're foreign climbed, but we're here to form opinions as individuals, and I have. Okay, there's no one inside the carriage. I trust the driver. Fair fares is our motto. I wonder if... Okay, I just want to press one more time.
Hold it!
But does his ability to recall his takings at night really tell us how... Manage all his lordship's cash affairs, so I'm very particular when it comes to account. I see. A single penny can make the difference between life and death, after all. My point is, a man who finds his figures is a man you can trust. Thus, those of us in the service would swear to that, sir. So if the good driver says that he saw Mr. McGuilded in the act, I don't doubt him. Only task left to do today is disposing of rubbish. One of the other jurors mentioned something about money, I think. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's somebody her and then this guy. Because they were both talking about money. Fair fares and...
Objection!
These two statements clearly contradict each other. They do? Explain yourself, Consul. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I swear on silver places. Main and name. I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right. Have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. A fare for an omnibus is always 4 pence. That it is. A fair and convenient single price. Wait, that would mean there's 16. There's only 4 people. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication, it would be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely, 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare? Yes. In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious! This can't be right. Coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. Figures of your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon? Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Oh God, we're blackmailing this man! In court! We are blackmailing this man with his business in court. Alright then, how do I make it so his miserable trial doesn't end, Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire onto the innocent side of the set of scales. Now hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. Why do you have to go in? Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo. Arrgh, this is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same.